Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have done a very glitzy, glamorous, this is a very park life kind of festival vibe that I wanted to go for. I got my glitters out yesterday, I think it was, and was just like, I need to create a glitter look because I haven't created one in such a long time. Got some green underneath, we've got some pink on top. The colours were inspired by an artist who I follow on Instagram. His name is Mitchell, one of those people that knows how to put colour together so well. I will leave his information down there, and if you want to find out how to get this look, then just keep watching.
Hi everyone, so I'm just using the Morphe 35C palette, and this is such a beautiful palette. I fell out of love with it for a while because I used to set my eye base with a powder, and this will not work if you do that. So now that I don't set my eye base, I've absolutely fallen back in love with it. I'm just using this light pink shade just through the crease, and just to give this deeper pink that we're going to use in a second a really soft colour to blend out into. This look is going to be a little bit backwards and forwards with the colours. Now I'm just going to go in with that deeper colour, and I'm kind of cutting into the crease but a little bit higher because I'm doing a cut crease today. I want to go a bit higher up with my work and I want to be a bit more dramatic, so I'm just popping this really deep fuchsia colour right the way through the crease, and then taking that brush I used to put the pink transition shade on just to blend out those edges. What I'm doing here is I'm bringing it up higher than my crease, and you'll see why I'm bringing it up higher than my actual natural crease in a second. So I'm going in with this deeper maroon colour, and this is where I'm really going to carve out, again still higher than my natural crease, but I really want to put a harsh definition colour in there so that we get a really bold looking cut crease. And I'm just building those colours up. I'm not too concerned that the eyeshadow might be going a little bit patchy. We've put quite a few shades on, so it is probably going to do that, but we're going to cut that out in a second, so it's not going to matter. Just doing the same again on the other eye. I've tried to go a little bit more in depth with this so that you can really see in a bit more detail how I'm doing it. Just using those brushes to blend out those individual colours again. And again, not too concerned about it going a little bit patchy. Just taking a clean brush and blending all those edges together so we have a really seamless blend. And now I'm just taking some Makeup Revolution concealer on a flat brush, and I'm doing these crazy eye shapes so I can find where my crease is. Because I've got slightly hooded eyes, what I don't want is to cut a crease out and then all of my eyeshadow transfers because the crease isn't high enough that I've cut, if that makes sense. So if you put the concealer on the lid of your eye, look up and blink around, you'll actually get a perfect map out of your crease. It works for any eye, and it's literally like the foolproof way of doing a cut crease for your eye shape. So I'm just setting this with a little bit of shadow and going in with those pinks so that I can fade that cut crease in. This again takes a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, but it's worth it in the end, and I'm not too concerned if this darker colour goes a little bit patchier because we're going to be covering it up in a second anyway. Just going back in with those colours. The tip with a cut crease, if you want it to be quite dramatic and the colours to really stay true and pigmented, you need to build and then add and then build and then add. So I'm building with those shadows, adding some concealer, then building again, then adding, so you get that really perfect flawless blend. So you can see here I'm still using that technique to cut out the crease again. This is literally, honestly, like the most foolproof tip. I found this out about 3 months ago, and it's just changed my game completely because my eye shape's quite strange to try and do a cut crease on. So again, just patting some of that shadow in just to blend that concealer in, setting the eye with a little bit of shadow, and just doing exactly the same steps we did on the other side. Now I'm going in with some NYX. This is just the matte liquid liner, I think it is, just to do a bit of a wing. I'm not a massive wing person myself, but I've done a couple of looks with a wing recently and I'm kind of feeling it. Plus I wanted to do a glitter liner for this look, which I haven't actually done before, but I really wanted to try it out. I find liquid liner is easiest for me to get on my eye. I just think with my eye shape and stuff. On other people, I tend to use gel, but on myself, I use a liquid liner with a really, really fine nib. And just bringing that back in with my weird angles. So now all I've done is added a little bit of NYX glitter primer to the wing, and I'm just using a flat brush to apply some Peaches Mermaids pigment. Over the top of black, it obviously goes a really, really bright teal blue, and I just think the contrast against the pink looks absolutely insane. Again, just adding some of that glitter primer and then going in with some of that pigment. It's best to use a brush that's really, really small to do this so you can get really, really close to the edges of the wing. So I'm just pressing that glitter liner on this eye as well. And now I've just spread this up, but I'm using the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. I've wanted to use this a couple of different times, just trying out different brushes with it. I'm using a MAC brush. I think this has been discontinued, but it's like one of my all-time favourite foundation brushes. It's like a little paintbrush, but it's duo fibre, and it was actually really good for application because you can get right in all the little bits and bobs. This is the Makeup Revolution concealer in C6, this shade is. It's the lighter one out of the ones that I got. So this is Makeup Geek Sure Thing, and I'm just popping this under the eye. This actually didn't turn out quite the colour that I wanted, and it does make you look really sickly, so bear with it, because the under eye is one of those things that you've just got to work up until. So if you start looking really sickly when you do this look, don't worry, you're doing fine. I then moved on to the Certified Tropical Wonders palette and used a shade from there, which was a lot more pigmented, and I just felt like it really was the colour that I was kind of going for. Just popping that under the eye with a MAC 221 brush and just using a beauty blender to buff all of those edges in. This is another Makeup Geek shadow. I actually can't remember the name, but I'll put it either in the video somewhere or down in the description box just to deepen that up. I think it's called Shark Bait. And then I'm using the NYX. This is the Jet Black Slide On Glide On liner, one of my favourite black eyeliners to use. And now I'm just popping on some Doll Beauty lashes. These are Frenchy, and I have customised them a little bit. I wasn't entirely sure how I felt about those lashes, but they grew on me in the end. Just using a matte white on the inner corner, and then some In Your Dreams iridescent glitter flakes. Some of these are just absolutely stunning. I love these. And I'm just using, this is the In Your Dreams tropical stack, I think it's called. I'm just popping some of that blue glitter from the bottom underneath the eye. I'm using the NYX glitter primer to pop this on, and I definitely just got a bit of glitter in my eye, but took it like a champ. Yeah, just popping that on underneath. You've got to be really quite careful and just make sure the glitter that you're using is cosmetic glitter. If you use just regular craft glitter, if it gets in your eye, it probably will hurt you and it can cut your eye. So cosmetic glitter is the best. It's just cut a different way so that it stops you from getting it, you know, like damage in your eye. Topshop Illuminator drops, and they actually go really nicely over the top of a full coverage. I was kind of concerned as to how they would sit on top, but they actually go really, really nicely. Just popping some Becca Opal over the top to really, really give me a bit of a stronger glow. I don't normally use powdered highlight, but today I was just like, you know what? We're going all out today. So I'm just using a little bit of Urban Decay's 1993 lip liner. This is such a beautiful colour. I haven't used this for a while, and then I picked it up the other day to do a tutorial, and I fell back in love with it and remembered why I bought it, because it's such a beautiful colour. It's like a perfect nude shade. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills Naked Liquid Lip that I'm just popping over the top and just blending out with my finger. So this is the finished look, guys. I hope you really enjoyed watching this tutorial. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.